couple of weeks ago, Victoria and I went down to Richard and Brynley Little's Property Developers Academy 3-day development appraisal masterclass, and had a great time. It opened our eyes to a whole different way of appraising deals and a whole new level of detail. But rather than sit here and tell you about it, let's rewind and show you exactly what we got to experience.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Development Appraisal Masterclass. Great to have so many great people with us. The great thing about this system is that it doesn't matter whether you're at the very start of your kind of development journey, maybe you're just making a transition from investment to development, or whether you've got a few developments under your belt, like I know a few people have in the room. Hi, I'm Brynley Little from Property Developers Academy, here on our 3-day Development Appraisal Masterclass. Our family business has been operating for over 40 years in the development industry, and we've put together generations worth of experience into a system of how you can appraise your deals. And we set up the academy to provide courses, provide guidance, provide education, and provide mentoring to help people take their business to the next level.
These are or can be red lights, yeah? And it's the red lights in the initial appraisal. That's what we're looking for. We're only looking for the no's, aren't we? As soon as we can. And how many definite no's are there? There's a lot more than people think.
So good design is about finding that balance. It's about finding the balance between what's acceptable and what is desirable.
Treat a planning consultant like you would a doctor. You don't go to one doctor that can solve all of your issues, do you?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Guppy, and I come along to this appraisal weekend because although I've got some experience of doing projects and developments, I always feel that there's never enough knowledge that you can acquire, so I'm always looking to learn. And basically Richard and Brynley, they've got 40 years of experience, several thousand units developed, so that's awesome knowledge, and I'm hoping to pick up on that and fill in as many gaps as possible in my knowledge.
So they want 30-35% of GDP. Whistling in the wind. Not going to happen unless you are so lucky or whatever. They're not there. It might achieve that on rising prices and rising market, but that's not what we're looking at. If you're desperate for the site, you know, there's some canny people around. They'll smell that. They'll see that. You know, and so you really need to be in a position that you don't mind walking away. You don't want to walk away, you don't mind walking away. That's the strength that you need to find.
No pressure, Mike, but they've got 11 apartments over there.
11? Yeah, but we're going for high end. It's all about GDP. It's not about size. It's about value.
If you could pick one key learning from today, what would that key learning be? You ready for this?
Yeah, I am.
Here we go.
I had a wake-up call that my mindset has to change. I am not an HMO person, I am not a service accommodation person. This is a totally different ballgame.
I think that last comment from one of the attendees really sums up the core of the Development Appraisal Masterclass. It is not a different or a new strategy for you to go out and experience. It sits at the heart of every single property investment strategy, making sure that whether you're investing in HMOs, service departments, flips, new builds, you understand and know how to appraise a deal the correct way to make sure that it's going to make money for you. That's just a taste of what the 3 days involved, though, as well as Richard and Brynley sharing all of their knowledge along with the rest of the PDA team. We also had mastermind sessions in the mornings. We had a lot of chance to network with the rest of the group, and there were some great people there. We were staying in a hotel, so as well as being in the conference room all day, we had the chance to sit and have dinner with the rest of the group in the evenings and get to know them and what their aspirations and plans were for the future, and ultimately just get to ask a lot of questions, fill in all the blanks in our knowledge, and leave there with a much better understanding of how to properly appraise potential development and all other types of deals as well.
Ideally, it would be 4 little 1/2 bedroom units. So on the ground floor, it's 2 1-beds. There's parking on site for 3/4 cars, depending on how big your cars are. And then on the top floor, it'd be 2 1-beds with bed decks in there. So they work really well.
Basically, it's more of a general. It's a general problem, but I'd like to actually focus on what I can do to narrow it down to specifics. And the problem I've got is actually sourcing.
My name's Alice and I've been investing in property full-time for about 18 months. I decided that I wanted to move further into commercial conversion and development, property development. I've started to build a house, just one house, but didn't have enough experience and decided that actually I needed to learn a lot more about the ins and outs of the risks involved and due diligence and assessing a site, appraisals, etc.
So you might have an opportunity come across your desk and you know that it's in whatever postcode, but it's in a specific area. Okay, it's up here, it's surrounded by the industrial areas. We know that it's fairly low value, that we know we're going to have to achieve X amount per square foot, and therefore we're going to have to buy it for X amount per square foot, because the construction costs are generally pretty much the same, obviously depending on level of finish, for example. Yeah, so very, very quickly when we start doing it into square footage and we get it down into that kind of detail, this is where we can process appraisals or opportunities at a high level very, very quickly.
So there's got to be an element of, I guess, let's try to cut not 100% necessary stuff out, otherwise we're going to spend a fortune and spend all of our profit just getting planning permission. So how do you balance it on smaller developments, I guess?
Yeah, well, that's why we don't do smaller developments, because they're not cost effective. I mean, Bryn said 6 to 8 units, very minimum would be 4. If we got to sell before we're in profit, yeah? So effectively, if we're retaining, or we can't sell the 1-bedroom flats, how many of them are going to be left? So all those, and we'll be left with 4 1-bedroom flats before we're actually in profit. In fact, we've got to sell that one. Yeah. So how confident are we of selling all those 18 units before we've actually even broke even?
It's going to produce a 360 grand profit. We're looking at all the costs as well. We've got £1.8 million spend, we've got 2.7 million GDV, and it's got a 360k profit. Who'd do the deal? We've got 8 people that would be confident on the numbers that we've discussed that would do that deal. Hopefully the fact that we've gone through a project over these last 3 days, that's just added a different dimension. Hopefully today going through it in the way of is it a deal and that kind of thing, just changed your mindset a little bit on how you look at some of these projects. It is an art, not a science.
Hopefully that gives you a good insight into what the weekend involves. The property development appraisal masterclass is great if you've already been on Richard and Brynley's discovery workshop, or if you've got a bit more experience under your belt, as it does focus very specifically on that one particular topic, which from our point of view was great because that's exactly what we needed. It happens a couple of times throughout the year. It's 3 days. I think it's great value for money, and if you're interested on it, obviously all of the information can be found on the Property Developers Academy website or by contacting Richard or Brynley through any of the social media channels that they're active on.